have some bubbles here. These are sort of fun. I will catch a few here. There you go. You can even see, even Hunter takes them a little to catch the bubbles. I like to let them be as interactive as they want. He didn't like the gooiness. Some of the kids love that. Where does it go? And into their mouth. Can't really hurt. Whoop. Good job. Very nice. Beautiful. Oh! I'm going to throw the ball to Dad. Oh! He's going to throw it to Hunter. Catch the ball.
Hunter catch.
Throw it to Dad now.
Hunter.
Yeah! Now, I would imagine Hunter's goals are going to be very similar to Alex's. He's nonverbal. He is ambulatory. But I can see just from general looks here that it's very similar to Alex. He's probably quite smart. He just needs a way of showing it. So I'll ask Dad, what is it you'd like Hunter to do that he's not doing now?
He uses a Go Talk, and he has for a while, but it's obviously very limited. He doesn't even have a full page yet on the Go Talk. He has a Go Talk he has a page for home and a page for school, but neither page is even full yet.
Okay.
So there's, he can tell you that he wants to eat, but he can't tell you what he wants to eat. And we do a lot of using the Go Talk to get to where you want to be, and then still doing a lot of pulling and pointing and grunting to get what you actually want.
So what happens if you make an overlay for the Go Talk that has, if it's breakfast time, for example, and you've got breakfast and brush your teeth, and then he'll choose, hopefully, breakfast. Right? Do you change the overlay and then put different foods, put an overlay with different foods on it?
No.
Why would you not? Is it just too much work, or he'd get confused?
It's I guess you have to do it so quickly that he gets mad. He gets mad that he wants it now, and then he immediately will say, I want to eat, and then run to the cupboard and start making his own choices.
There you go. So he won't wait for you to change the overlay and press the level button.
Right.
He sees breakfast, you say, okay, it's breakfast time, and he's off towards whatever it is that he wants.
I definitely think that he's capable of choosing that. If he had something that were a little more advanced, that once he pressed the eat, it would give him his choices, I think he would do that.
Dynamic display.
I think he would do that.
Okay. These talking boxes, we call them AAC devices or OGCOM devices. They're fairly expensive. I make 3 different ones, and I call them my Augies. There's a Super Augie right here. There's the Augie, which is the mid-range one, and then there's the Mini Augie, which is a very small, lightweight, portable one, which I don't know where it is actually. I might have left it somewhere. But now I'm thinking about it, I might have thrown it out by accident. It was supposed to be in a box, and I left that box somewhere. I'm going to have to check into that. Wouldn't want to lose that. Now these medium range ones, the Augie and the Super Augie, are PCs, tablet PCs, running Windows. Just like the iPad is, no, not really. It's not basically a Mac running Mac stuff. But it's a computer in here, running Windows XP. You can see it. So it's just like your desktop computer. It's like the VMAX or the V or the Echo by Frankie Roman. These are full computers. They just happen to be running AAC software, and that makes it into a communication device. Everybody with me on that concept? So people say, can it do, and I say, it's just a PC. And they go, can you plug, it's just a PC. I can't tell you how many times I've had to say that phrase. It's just a PC. So what I'm hearing from Dad here, and this is a very good point for discussion, but I need to get to him also. I'm just going to briefly go into maybe I won't. Calibration's way off. Let's just see what happens. And this will work. So here we have a communication device similar to where the Go Talk might be set up. But when we choose a category such as food,
Food something to eat and drink, please. Let's go to the food and drink
It's a
page.
little loud, I need to turn it down. That's okay. It's going to immediately bring up some other choices that are in that category. Now, for most of the learners that we work with, like we did with Alex, although he progressed quickly, we're working with pictures that yield our consequence immediately. In other words, what he sees is what he gets. The concept of a category leading us towards our choices is definitely a couple of steps above. But from what Dad is saying, this might be a good thing for Hunter to go from the categories to the actual items instantly, rather than have to mess with any type of paper overlay and programming the device to go from level 1 to level 3, something like that. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So this particular device is called an Augie. It's $2,000 as compared with similar devices like from Dynavox for about $6,000. The advantage of going through them is they work with Medicaid and Medicare all the time. My stuff is meant for out-of-pocket situations where people have to actually pay. And that's why mine is $2,000 rather than $6,000. I don't sell that many because a lot of people do things, they wait a year or two through Medicaid for things to get funded. Some people just go, school districts will go out of pocket and will go with mine because it's so much less money, and it's a full PC. We can put in Reader Rabbit here, we can put Disney.com on here and surf the internet through wireless. It's just a PC running Windows. So Augie, or even the mini Augie, that's a real small, half the size of this one. That one just does communication. I didn't bring one with me, as I said. I think I left it somewhere. That's half the size of this, very lightweight. It's a pound. This is 2 pounds. You wear it, and while it's on, you just flip it up to use it as your computer voice. Okay? So that might be the next logical step to try with him, is to see if he'll go to the concept of categories and see if he really will tolerate or accept using a device to get things. So let's simulate that just simply with pointing pictures here, because according to Dad, once he chooses what he wants it yesterday, rather than being a little patient to see what's going to happen next. So let's just do that. So keep him back there for a minute, Dad, if you would. I'm going to take some pictures here of things that I know he wants, although my guess is I could probably use lots of different things with Hunter. But I have this, and where was the other thing? Well, I had 2 things. No, I could, oh, here it is. I'm going to put that on white paper when I take its picture. And here I go with the one. Beautiful. And here's the other. Whoops, battery. There we go. And remember, normally I would not, it's okay, you can play with everything here. Normally I would not do this setup in front of him, but I don't have any real choice here. I'm just meeting him, I'm meeting Dad, and I've got to get this into the computer fairly quickly, so I'm taking my camera card out of the camera. Most laptops these days have a place to plug that camera card in. If not, you need something called a card reader. Don't use your cable, don't use your software. Get a card reader. I actually sell them, and I've got them for $15, but you can buy them at Office Max, Staples. And they will let you get your pictures directly into the computer with no muss, no fuss. Any computer, any program. It's the way to go.
Point 2, picture.
Let me get Hunter in here real quick. Hunter! And instead of TV, we're going to get a new picture from digital camera. It's going to look out at that little camera card automatically. And I know that it's going to be one of my last pictures, if not my last picture. There they are. And so I'm going to crop it right within this software. I'm going to crop it or rotate it or resize it. And you just call this his frog?
Yeah.
Okay? So we'll just call it frog. And what does he do with the frog? Does he mouth it? Does he squish it?
He squishes it.
Squishes it.
Flips it.
Ooh, let's squish your frog. And I like let's rather than here is, because it lets us do things together, which is what communication is about, rather than here is. Get new picture from digital camera. What do you call this?
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo, okay. We get the picture of yo-yo. We crop it, so I can have just the picture of yo-yo. I give it a name. I record a consequence sound. Ooh, here's your yo-yo. Hard for two people to play with it at the same time. I give it a label. Yo-yo. And we just start super simple. Okay, we are good to go. Dad, if you can get him up here. There we go. Hunter.
Choose one.
Hi, Hunter. There's your frog. That's okay. There's your frog. And we can have our frog. Yes, we can. If we choose on the computer. Thank you. Will you help me choose? Hunter.
You chose
Frog.
Ooh, let's
Forgot
squish
to
your
record
frog.
it. Let's squish your frog. There's your frog. Ooh, squishy, squishy. I love your froggy. Squishy, squishy. He's a fun frog. Frog. There we go. Did we do yo-yo?
Yo-yo.
Good. Let's do some more computer. More computer. So here's that grabbiness I was talking about. So I just apply gentle pressure, but I'm not grabbing it away, letting him see that it's right up here. Let's do more computer talking.
Music, please.
Ooh.
Hunter.
And there's the rolling chair.
chose
Music,
He
please.
chose the music. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. See that face, that probing face? He's trying to piece it all together. Good morning to you. Trying to get it to see the face. There's so much to do. And he goes back with his eyes to the computer. He says, what's going on here? There's some relationship between RJ, the computer, and fun. Here comes my favorite part. Wow, 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 wow. I'm careful with my space bubble. I'll get in as close as he'll let me. Let's do more computer. Will you help me with more computer? We can do it standing up. Here we go. Hunter. Yeah.
That was music, please.
That was music. Hunter. Hunter.
choose one.
Which one now? Yo, that's right here. Frog. Frog. Hunter.
You chose
Frog. You chose frog.
Ooh, let's squish your frog.
So here's that confidence I was talking about. I need him to build up confidence that he can get what he wants through a symbol system. Notice the phrase, through a symbol system.
what now?
If we want pictures to be meaningful, he has to have trust that the picture is going to get him what he wants versus just going and getting. He's showing us exactly what's happening during the meal. He's trying to get the things directly. I've worked up to 6 months sometimes with very few, trying to get them to choose the picture rather than, one girl, Laura, the Cheerios right in front of her. But she was able to do that. I could put Cheerios everywhere, and she knew that she's not going to get the Cheerio or try to pick it up until she pressed the picture, and then she knew that was a go for getting the real Cheerio. Frog. Frog. I love your froggy. I love your froggy. Now something else Hunter does here is, I use the phrase, let's squish your frog. He's used to seeing me, as soon as my hands come in towards the frog, what is he expecting? Right. And I want to teach him by let's squish the frog that we can both squish it together. Squishing, squishing, squishing. And he still has the frog. He looked down and goes, I still have the frog. An adult's hands were here, and I still have the frog. But it's going to take him a while. You can see in his face that he has a lot of distrust. And I need to build up confidence. Let's do some more computer. Dad, let's work with it. Get in one of these rolling chairs. Let him take that. He's asking you for comfort. And roll up right with him. Grab his chair. That's good. And roll up with him. And I'll get the frog and you help him choose one. Ah, darn it. Darn it. Come on back. Come back. Oh, don't die on me now. It's okay. Don't. It's okay.
1.
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo. Hunter.
You chose
Yo-yo.
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 Here's your yo-yo. Help him play with it. What were you doing? You guys can watch right up here with Chris's work on the video. She's trying to zoom in on what's happening here. You want to go for about 20 to 60 seconds for whatever consequence you're doing. Oh! Yo-yo. Yeah! High five. Yeah! Yo-yo. Yo-yo. Excellent work. Let's do more computer. Gently, I take this away. He wants to play with it a little more. That's okay. More computer.
Hunter.
Good. That was nice the way he looked back at his chair there. He heard me pulling it up and he goes, oh, it's time to sit. I got it. He's being a little more trustworthy, or trusting, I should say.
choose 1.
Oh, that was really nice. Really nice. Where is it?
You chose
Frog. Let's squish your frog.
And he was even more tolerant of waiting to get his frog, which is exactly what we want. And now, what you want to do is put your hands in there and squish it with him. And then let it go completely. Let it go. That's it. And then go back in, but don't take it away. Just sort of squish it. Exactly. There you go. What a great dad. I love it. Hey, you got your frog. See, his eyes are just beaded right on the screen here. He's just saying, what is going on here? How can I piece these different components together? Let's do more computer. More computer. More computer. No, that's okay. Good. Now that was good what Dad just did. Most dads are very goal-oriented, as we men are. And Hunter go towards Dad just for some praise. And dads usually go, "Arr," or they say, get back to work. And Dad just gave him some nice praise. Just said, I know. Which is basically saying, this is really cool. See that rolling chair? It's huge. Very similar to Alex, though, right? With that TV. It's a known entity. It's his favorite item. Now, this is different now, too. He knows that I'm in control of the frog. He looked right at me as if asking, you can give me the frog now. I did what you wanted. You're so smart. You are so smart. Can I play also? Oh, squishy, squishy, squishy. Squishy, squishy, squishy. I love your squishy frog. Yes! I love that. When I was a kid and Tony the Tiger would come on doing Frosted Flakes, I would run into my kitchen, I'd get my box of Frosted Flakes, and I'd run back to the TV and show the TV my Frosted Flakes. I don't know why I would do that, but it's the same thing as we just saw right there. You're so smart. Daddy's going to take a turn. So this time, don't say anything. Just let him go. I'll tell you exactly. Get in this chair for wood, please. It's just easier to get around. I'll get it going again.
Hunter.
Because I want Dad to take a turn for him to see it.
Was frog. Hunter.
Here we go. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Daddy's going to take a turn. Give him a second. We want to try to get his attention. He's just looking at things, but as soon as he goes, Okay, now make it real obvious and choose something new. Like
Hunter.
the ball or
Hunter, watch Daddy. Watch Daddy.
either one. Go. Okay.
Yo-yo.
Daddy chose yo-yo.
Hunter.
You chose
Yo-yo.
See his eyes going back and forth there?
Ooh, here's your yo-yo.
Daddy chose it, so Daddy plays with the yo-yo.
Hunter, I got the yo-yo.
And you've got your frog, you both have toys. Both have toys. Very nice job, good. Let go. He loves that frog. I'm glad you brought it.
Hunter. That was
Take the yo-yo, put it back up.
yo-yo. Hunter.
choose one.
He really is aware that there's more things there. The pointer, everything in time.
Frog. Ooh, let's squish your frog.
He really got that whole thing down that time. He knew to come over, he knew to sit. Really nicely done. You're so smart. Squishy frog. Squishy frog. That'll take him a while. We're actually going to stop with Hunter. We're almost out of time anyway, but about 10, 15 minutes each shot will give him that confidence. Stay away from the word no. Stay away from any type of correction. Your job, and it sounds easy, but it's very difficult, is to redirect him or prevent him from doing things that are negative. So somehow, if he's running, it's like if he was going to run to that door and be an escape artist, I would put somebody there, just standing there, blocking the door. Not saying, no, don't go here, they'd just be a block. Or if the other day we had somebody like him that loved the school bus. So we put a picture of a school bus, we took 6 chairs and we made ourselves a school bus. We had a driver and we had a seat for Garrett was his name. And when he pressed school bus, we brought him over to one of the seats and we played some Wheels on the Bus, and somebody shook his chair from behind to simulate motion, and the driver did honk honk, and we had a little tiny pretend school bus right there. So everything that they want, we try to redirect that towards this, as you saw here. Now the issue right now is, will the Go Talk suffice to go to this next level that I'm talking about? I'm not sure. Dad, I'm getting the opinion from Dad, a strong opinion, that he's looking at a dynamic device. And sometimes we just have to yield to the parent and say, well, it only you want to say to them, well, it only takes 3 seconds to change the overlay and change the level. But I don't fight the parents a lot of times. If they want a dynamic device and they want it to change instantly, it's our job to take a dynamic device that we have and make it really, really simple to do only that which Dad wants. Because these devices, as we know, can do much, much more. But get them really simple so he has really good experience being successful. And then you'll see the great results that we had right here. Can we have, who's here? Was it Robbie last time? Who was it? We had somebody, I need somebody to take our picture of the 3 of us. I have does your orthodontist have a wall with pictures of all the kids he's worked with? That type of thing. So if you wouldn't mind, Dad, somebody's going to take a pic of us here, the 3 of us together. Whoops. Right here. There you go, right from there. Stand up and just snap the pic. You don't even need to zoom in. We're fine just like this. And I just like to be the 3 of us together. We had a moment. That works. Thank you. And can we give both Hunter and especially Dad a big hand?